Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Okay, halfway through the work week, and we are getting ready for a spring storm, Alana.
It's a big one, especially coming off of above average warmth. We've got the changes brewing. This is what it looked like with the cloud cover out there from Meadowbrook Golf Course. Thanks, Brian, for sharing that with us. We did see clouds, especially through the afternoon hours. Our southerly flow aiding in that. Satellite radar shows that upper level low with the cold front attached to it. Southerly flow bringing in the cloud cover. And when you see that green embedded there, those are the showers that we were dealing with in certain areas, higher terrain in particular. That front is on the move, and it is going to impact northern Utah for the morning commute. So expect some wet weather and wet pavement. We see the clouds streaming from our Black Desert Skycam in Ivins, southern Utah. This is going to be a statewide storm with the valley rain, mountain snow setup, and temperatures are about to get a lot colder, especially since we've been above average. 72 for that high in Salt Lake, 73 in Provo. Hit 80 in Moab and 82 in St. George. So our southwesterly flow helping keep those temperatures about 10 to 11 degrees above seasonal norms in the north. Let's look at our hour by hour as we head into the overnight, because you're going to notice precipitation potential by 3 a.m. really starting to spike. And with the cold front passing through during the morning commute, wet weather stays likely. We're going to see that for your morning commute, but then into the afternoon hours. That low is on the move, and our Futurecast is going to walk us through that. The few spotty showers still out there tonight. As we put this into motion, here comes the front. By 4 a.m., we see Cache Valley and the Ogden Valley with wet weather. Valley rain, mountain snow setup. The front's going to come on through, and along that frontal boundary, we have robust precipitation, and that includes Salt Lake County. This is 6 a.m., so as you're heading out, you're going to want the rain gear, maybe the umbrella, because the front is going to bring that wet weather all the way into south central Utah. Keeps things cracking as we get towards Castle Country, Manti, Richfield for the lunch hour. Behind the front, we've got colder air and drier air. But don't be fooled. This is attached to an upper level low, and it's got a counterclockwise flow. So we're going to funnel in the chance of moisture around that low. The path of the low is very important because that's where we will see precipitation concentrated for corners by Thursday night. As the low moves through, this is noteworthy into Friday morning. With the counterclockwise flow, there is potential for some downslope winds. I'm forewarning you early, those easterly winds, if you know, you know. Along the benches, we could see enhanced canyon winds. Look at that wet weather by noon on Friday. At this point, cold air's in place, so we could see some spring snow. We're going to see it in the mountains, but we're going to watch that snow level fall as we zoom in. Here we are by Friday at 7 p.m. Stepping back, the low's going to pull towards the Four Corners by Friday at 10 p.m. Rainfall forecast putting measurable moisture for the entire state over the next 3 days. Not a tremendous amount everywhere, but the chance to see something is there. A statewide storm with widespread valley rain, mountain snow, and how about a clap of thunder? The general thunderstorm threat for a portion of the Wasatch Front and a bulk of the Beehive State as we head into tomorrow. So thunderstorms, especially along that frontal boundary. Let's talk snow levels because we're going to drive them down, starting at 9,000 feet because of our above average warmth today. By tomorrow morning to the mountain valleys. By tomorrow evening, falling to the benches. There will be a few hours Friday morning that we have the snow level at the valley floor before it rebounds by the evening, meaning, yes, you could see some spring snowflakes in some of the valleys. Here are my totals. Rain primarily in our valleys, maybe an inch, but listen, we've got very warm road surface temperatures, so not expecting accumulation in valleys. Benches could go trace to 2, mainly on grassy areas, mountain valleys at 1 to 3, the I-15 corridor, likely just wet pavement. But the higher elevations could get a little sloppy. That includes towards Cove Fort. Winter weather advisories for a spring storm on Easter week, and that's because of accumulating snow in the central and southern mountains going into effect noon tomorrow. The Tushers and the Boulder Mountain area will see heavy snow, the heaviest from this. As we look at accumulation, 6 to 12 for the central and south, 4 to 8 for the north. Cottonwoods could see 8. Maybe up to 14. We'll see what happens. Merger of two storms. That low from the south bringing in moisture. The low to the north bringing in cold air. They merge together over the Beehive State, and that's why we get wet weather and the potential for spring snow. Drier for Easter weekend, but a trough keeps things active into early next week. So Monday and Wednesday, the chance of showers will be there. How about a temperature tumble of about 20 degrees? maybe 25. That's what we see tomorrow. 50s for those highs, 60s and 70s in eastern Utah. Thunderstorm potential, wet weather average in St. George. Looking at the next 7 days, you see those numbers really dropping. We go from average in Washington County to the 50s with wet weather on Friday, below average but dry for Easter weekend. Here's a look at that regional Easter forecast. Drying out and rebounding temperatures by Easter Sunday. 50s to 60s. We were the 80s last week. And how about some wet weather next week? We have a little of that too. Big storm on the way. Cold front by tomorrow morning.